moved here and you all trying to plan your life, you struggled as a single mom, right? That wasn't easy. And so 21 years later, you've learned what not to do.
Yo, this friend is funny. 21 years later, and Danielle has learned what not to do. Is this friend being paying attention? No. It's 21 years later and she still has not learned what not to do, because in reality, if she had a child 21 years ago and ended up being a single mom, why would she now plan to have a child again with somebody else when their relationship isn't even secure to the fullest? Oh my days, this friend must be delusional. But let's kind of save herself with the next comment.
And so wouldn't it be, I guess, more stability? I'm not necessarily, I mean, yes, financial stability is important, but even your relationship, right? You're still getting to know each other.
I mean, let's break it down real quick. Let's start off with the financial part. The financial part is that Yohan doesn't even have his career in order. The guy's in and out of jobs, and for the most part, Danielle is always funding him. So look at it this way: if Danielle had a job, if Danielle had another child with Yohan, well, she'd end up having to fund for him, the baby, and also, our oldest son, I guess, has kind of got things situated, right? But either way, though, she might as well be a single mom because she'll be with a man who cannot provide. And then on the mental aspect of things, well, come on. Yohan broke up on the last freaking tell. Oh, so that already screams that their relationship isn't even secure. So that means if you had a child and it didn't work out and he left you, you'd 100% be a single mother again. And even if he was in the picture, he wouldn't be in the picture on a financial standard. He would just be in the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my concern. I mean, I don't know the answer to that.
I'll keep it a buck. I know why Danielle doesn't have an answer to that. The reason why she doesn't have an answer to that is because she knows that she's moving mad. She knows that she's being delusional. She knows that she's not making the right choice. She knows that she's only with Yohan because it's someone that she can control. Yohan is her pet. No matter how many times she throws jabs at him for not having a job and throws jabs at him for all this kind of stuff, she enjoys the fact that he has no leg to stand on. She enjoys the fact that she can put him down every time he tries to be a man. And in reality, I don't know how he tries to be a man knowing that he doesn't bring nothing to the table when it comes to the financial side of things. Now, let's not get it twisted though. I'm not saying that their relationship based on how much Yohan has or all that kind of stuff, because this is one of the maddest things in relationships in today's society, right? Financials. Financials is always a big issue, right? As far as I'm concerned, both parties should be working. Okay, first and foremost, both parties should be working, generally speaking, okay? And then on top of that, when you're together, whatever your income is and the other person's income is, that money is yours together. You are a unit. The money comes together. Okay, what I'm saying, okay? But of course, you have a little bit of it where it's a little bit yours and a little bit that person. No worries. You know what I mean? You need your little bit independency. You know what I mean? With your own monies and all that kind of things. But the fact is this though, if you're in a situation where you want to have a child with someone, you want to make sure that, here's the thing, and this is the most important thing, is you want to know that both your salaries together can help you raise that child and fund that child as well as your lives. But also on top of that, you also want to make sure that one of you, and ideally the man, is earning more than enough that if the woman got pregnant, right, and if she decided to have maternity leave for maybe a couple of years to raise a child, the man's salary can then cover both the wife and the child as well as the house and all that kind of stuff, this is what I'm saying, until she maybe returns to work at a later stage. That's the little basis right there, you know what I mean? But of course, it differs depending on different situations, and most importantly, it differs depending on what country you're living in, because some of these countries like the UK right here, it'd be hard to just be the only provider to the family because goddamn, inflation is real. But you get the picture, right? But with that being said, though, with Danielle, she continue acting as if like she's bothered about Yohan not bringing any money. She likes the fact that she can pet him around. Do you know what I mean? But to be honest, at the same time, Yohan might be one of those people that if he does have a child with you, even though he doesn't bring nothing to the table, he might stick around even if you're headache. He might actually even become even more submissive. I don't know. He kind of gives a vibe, the kind of person that would want to stick by his child no matter what, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's kind of a bad thing, if you know what I mean, based on the relationship. Listen, man, let's continue with this charade of nonsense. And also, I know you're still here, but you like what I'm saying, you like the content. So therefore, you want to like the video. Don't mess about with your boy and subscribe as well. Come on.
And also money. You need money to live. And it does concern me that he had not one job, two jobs that he no longer has.
Bingo! It's crazy, isn't it? One friend says one thing and then our friend then bounces off and says the other thing too. I like these two.
And so that's a lot.
Now, let's not forget though, right now, naturally having a child with Danielle is not that easy, because obviously in the last season, they did say that her chances are very, very low due to her her age and all other circumstances, right? So the fact that they're thinking about potentially having a child based on, I don't know if it's surrogacy or IVF or whichever one it was, but either way, that cost money. And it's crazy because Danielle, you're telling us that you're more than happy to have a child like that you're gonna have to pay money to get, right? Knowing that all the money is gonna come out of your pocket. How can you be planning a child with somebody who has no money to actually help you have that child in the first place? You know what I mean? If you're going down the other routes where it can't be you. So imagine that. Imagine being a single mom 21 years ago, and 21 years later on, you may become a single mom again, but this time you're actually paying to have that child with a man that ain't. Jesus, it only gets worse. It only gets worse. The more you deep it, the worse, the more it gets. To be honest with you, the more I do some of these shows and some of these couples, I'm like, damn, and if you deep it properly, this is quite a madness. Maybe I should change the channel name to Deep It. Because I'm always deep in it now, man. The details is becoming crazy. Disturbing, but crazy. Anyway, I like MovingMAD, you know what I'm saying? But we can deep at the same time, but let's continue.
I'm sure that in our relationship, Yohan is going to be the fun dad, and I'm going to be the tough one.
The funny thing about it is that Yohan isn't even going to be the fun dad. Yohan's going to be the fun friend. You know, don't get it twisted now. If you're the fun person in a relationship, your child can easily see you as the fun friend, maybe even as a fun sibling. And that's why you got to have that balance, you know what I mean? Of where you can also be fun, but also you don't have to lay down the law. Now, I'm not saying Yohan wouldn't know how to lay down the law, whatever, but Danielle needs to realize that in the relationship, she wouldn't be dealing with someone who's being the fun dad. She'd be dealing with someone that is basically her extra child, as well as him being the child with the children. To dig what I'm saying, but that's not to say that he can't be a father. I'm just saying it's looking peak. And to be honest with you, do you really want to be with someone that's always going to paint you out to be the villain in your relationship with your children? I mean, these things don't always happen on purpose, right? But in this situation, she's already reading the future, and to be honest with you, she ain't even far off.
But it is not easy being a disciplinarian. So when Yohan and I have kids, I want to make sure that we're on the same page about how to raise them. I need to make sure that I'm not raising my husband along with my kids.
The funny thing is, she's not going to make sure of that. Do you know what Danielle's very good at doing? When it comes to the cutscenes, she's very good at saying everything that needs to be said, everything that is common sense, everything that you're like, yeah, well, duh. But when it comes to actually doing those things in action, she does none of those things at all. Like I said, this woman's she's all an act. Only wants to look good and all them kind of things, you know what I mean? But really and truly has no intentions of actually putting things in play because she likes the fact that she is the breadwinner, and she likes the fact that she can use that against Yohan at every single turn. Tell me otherwise and we'll talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you a cheeky little example. Gabrielle Union, I believe, I don't know if it was like 2-3 years ago, whatever, but it came out that when she was in one of her past relationships, she was unloyal to her partner, and she said, well, end of the day, I was a breadwinner, so I was able to do whatever the hell that I wanted to do. Now, the reason I bring that up is, you see, Danielle last season, she brought in one of her ex-buddies, her ex-sleepy buddies, you know what I'm saying, and friends with benefits, right? And I gotta wonder this: if Yohan had been the breadwinner in the relationship the whole time, right? Do you think Danielle would have brought in that guy? Would she be looking to tamper and ruin her bag? Hell no. But because she is the bag, she's like, I can do what the hell I want. That's why I'm going to allow a guy that used to pipe me to come into his relationship and be my friend and all that kind of stuff, and Yohan has no say in it. That's why, because she's the winner. And this is the thing. This is why, like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there though, but I'm just gonna say one last little cheeky thing. That's why nowadays we're seeing people like Adam 22 and Lana Plug. She's doing her damn thing because I'm just saying, man, life gets a bit peak when a certain person is the breadwinner. do what you like with that comment. We'll see where that goes. But hey, man, it's not looking good. Yo, I need to get your butt in gear because I can tell you this now. Danielle's gonna be so bad for your mental health, but at the same time, though, I don't know if he's even a conscious of that, to be honest with you. The guy's a freaking donut. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, Danielle, your extensions look lovely. Lie.